Random encounter! Guys, I've got the best idea for the opening of this thing if they would just give me $10,000 to do it. Anyway, welcome to Random Encounter, where we talk about all the gaming stuff we found this week that you cannot necessarily play. Let's talk about comics versus games, and I don't mean let's get into a debate about that, because that is not a can of worms that I want to open. I am talking about the art show that's going on right now as part of TCAF, the Toronto Comics Arts Festival. Two parts. The first part is an art show where all of these artists got together and did comics based on games, or art for games that are based around comics. Really interesting. But the second part of it is even better. 5 comic artists and 5 game designers teamed up to make 5 games specifically for the show, and they look really amazing. You can play them right now in Toronto at the Magic Pony, and then this weekend at TCAF. And guys, I wish that I could be there, but I am not allowed into Canada anymore, which is horrible news. Unless you are that little girl's family, in which case I am forever apologizing. You guys may not know this, but I have had a giant arcade machine in Revision 3's closet for over a year that I'm supposed to be making a Winatron out of. Turns out arcade machines are harder than they look to build. Who knew? Perhaps I should have started smaller, much smaller, much smaller. Like the first tiny arcade machine that I ever saw was this one by Bender. It's a Donkey Kong machine that he made out of a Game Park 2X and a lot of time. And then after I found that one, I found this guy, V. Colero, who makes all kinds of different tiny arcade machines, from Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and those are unbelievable, but I think I may have gazed upon the god of all tiny arcade machines this week. It was made by a guy named LeChuck, and it's a tiny version of the original Star Wars arcade game. Now, if you remember the original Star Wars arcade game, it didn't have like a joystick and buttons. It had a flight stick that went up and down. You could turn it. It had tiny little buttons to fire. And he built this so small, out of a GPX canoe, which I think I'm saying right, but I'm probably not saying right, and a lot of time, about 80 hours. I'll post links down below to the forums where these guys share their projects, so maybe you can find out a little bit more information if you're interested in doing one yourself. But I will let you know that V. Colero 1, if you email him, will put you on a list where he will build you one of these. I have no idea what the price is, but it's probably more than I think. And I think it's pretty high. Hey, how about I turn this into a fashion blog, style blog? I'm obviously a guy you should take style tips from. Here's a sweater called Sheep Invaders, which looks like a classy houndstooth sweater until you look down and it's like, oh, no, fooled you, I'm a nerd. I like video games, I like to play them. It's a really cool sweater. It's subtly geeky, it's very stylish, and it's affordable at, That's like $400, assholes. I'm gonna pay that for a sweater. I can't believe I carried a mug of water all the way out here to do that. That's the dumbest joke ever. So yeah, maybe a little too pricey, but if you head to their Facebook and play the game based on the sweater, yes, the game based on the sweater, I actually just said that out loud, and get the high score, they will send you the sweater for free. But I think I'm just gonna stick with the Contra sweater that my grandma knitted for me. I think it's pretty styling. Finally this week, some video homework. 2 videos I want you to watch. Number 1, this reimagining of the Star Fox intro in HD, which is friggin' unbelievable. And number 2, this video called Go Right, which is the saddest, most emotional use of footage I think I've ever seen in my life for some reason. I don't know why I had such an emotional reaction to it. Watch those videos, let me know what you thought about them and all the other things I showed you this week down below. And remember, if you have anything that you want to show me, bring on your weird, bring on your crazy. I'm contact@anthonycarboni.com and I'm on Twitter @acarboni. Don't forget to subscribe here at Rev3 Games for more random encounters every week.